Wait. It's a hot day outside. I gotta move all the cars in the yard to shade. All right, we got 5 cars to drive, 5 cars to review. Let's not waste time. All right, we can see we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vehicles here to move. All right, I gotta move either the Celica or the Integra first. So let's just go. All right, this is the 1997 Acura Integra GSR. It is a 5-speed manual. You can see they have what I think are like racer pedals installed. We got gas, we got brake, and then the clutch over here. The clutch is a little loose. I don't know why. Other than that, it drives okay regardless. The gas is very sensitive on this car compared to the others. We got the little short shifter here, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and reverse. Let's turn it on and experience the drive. All right, we're gonna turn the key all the way. There we go. Clutch all the way in. Make sure it's in neutral and start. Now before I move it, I do want to note that the little cluster board here does not work 100% efficient. There's a check engine light on, but it's just the evap system, nothing overly bad. Like I said, gas is a little sensitive, but in a good way. Then the clutch, a little loose, but let's give it a nice little love tap on the gas here. Ooh, I love doing that. Steering wheel is very smooth. The shock coils, I believe, are stock. I don't know why this car is very glued to the ground. It's not slammed down either, but it is notoriously close to the ground, a little too close for comfort sometimes, especially when there's speed bumps. Overall driving experience, I'm giving this an 8 out of 10. All right, next up we got the Celica. So this is the 2001 Toyota Celica, just like the Integra. It is a 5-speed manual, except this is not as short as the other shifter. You can definitely tell where the gears are. Same as the Integra again. You got the gas, you got the brake, you got the clutch. It is not push to start, unlike the Integra. This works normally. So we're gonna open the switch, clutch all the way in, make sure it's in neutral, and turn it on. Unlike the Integra, the cluster actually works fine. I do have a check engine light on it as well, but I think it's the catalytic converter that's just kind of clogged. It's dirty. Not worried about it too much. If I blow up on the highway, oh well, my time has come. So unlike the Acura that we just drove, gas and clutch are much more forgiving on this one. It's way easier to control the clutch. The biting point's easier to find, and the gas pedal is not as sensitive, so it is a little more forgiving to drive. Unlike the Integra, it is a little bit higher up. It's not as slammed to the ground as it, so I'm not afraid to speed through bumps or any kind of uneven terrain as much as I would on the other car. Overall driving experience, I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. Maybe I'm a little biased, I don't know, but I just really love driving this car. Little Honda. All right, so this is my dad's 1998 Honda Accord EX trim. Unlike base models, you do get a sunroof. It is automatic, unlike the other 2 cars, and it is very comfortable. There is a good amount of room here in the front seats, which, unlike the Celica and the Integra, it is a little more compact because they are coupe cars. But yeah, let's turn it on, let's move it, and let's rate the experience. It's gonna need a new belt. Now, before I even got my Celica, this was the car I was driving to and from school. It is a very comfortable car, I will say. It has a 2.3 liter engine, I believe. I'm not sure what the engine code is, but you do feel that VTEC kick in. I will note I am not used to this. I'm trying to look for a clutch right now, and there's no clutch in this car, so that's the one downside about always driving a stick. Other than that, very comfortable car. I do love it. Of course, I'm maybe a little biased with it because it was the first car I drove before the Celica, so I'm giving it like an 8.5 out of 10. All right, up next is this little Nissan. All right, and then this is our 2005 Nissan Sentra SER. As you noticed, I said this is an SER trim. So what does that mean? It's got a 2.5 liter engine, unlike the base model, which I believe is 1.8, which means the base model Sentra is around the same engine as the Celica and the Integra. One thing to know that despite being a 2.5 liter engine, you can feel the gas. Like, you will press on the gas and this will launch. So it's got nice acceleration. All right, let's turn it on. And we are low on gas. Holy. All right, there's no way the phone's gonna be positioned good enough, so this is the best I'm gonna get it. As I said, it is a 2.5 liter engine, so you do feel a bit of a kick when you press the gas. In a good way though, it doesn't feel like it's gonna launch you to space. I also want to know, this car is super comfortable. Now I know I've said that about the Honda and the other cars, but there's something about the way the seats are molded in this car, and it's just so comfortable to drive. Like, you're just seated right, your back's not bent. The seats aren't leather either, so you won't be like overly sweating if it's too hot. And the windows are also tinted, so you obviously get that nice sun blockage on this too. So yeah, pretty good car. I do love it. It's got nice gas mileage. Acceleration is beautiful on it. I'm gonna give this one 8.5 out of 10, I would say. And last up, all right, and this is my dad's little Nissan pickup. So I don't drive this very often, mostly because it is my dad's golden trophy, golden goose, if you know what I meant. He really, really loves this truck, and I don't blame him. I'm like that with my car, you know? I believe it's 1997, I'm not too sure. It is a 5-speed manual with a very long shifter, if you can't tell. But I appreciate that because, you know, you don't got to stretch your hand all the way to reach it. Like every other stick shift car, we got the gas, we got the brake, and then we got the clutch down here. Enough lollygagging, let's turn this on though. We're gonna open the switch like that, and remember, clutch all the way in, and let's turn her on. Always remember to check that you're in neutral. I forgot to mention that. Again, there is no way I'm gonna position the phone good enough so my face is clear, so you're just gonna have to hear me yap. Now, despite this being a stick shift, and I kind of know how to drive a stick shift, this is the one car I still kind of struggle to know how to drive. I'm not familiar with the biting point where the clutch is. The gas is good, I'll say that. It's not sensitive or overly hard to press on. But the clutch, on the other hand, I still gotta learn where the biting point is pretty well. I mean, I could drive it good, but I'm not confident enough to drive it onto the highway. Back roads is fine. It is a fairly lifted truck too. Just like the Integra, the steering is very butter smooth, and I do appreciate that on here. It's got nice tints all around, so it'll block the sun a little bit. The AC was freshly installed too, so AC is working good for hot summer days. And the seats are very comfortable too. I hope one day that, you know, I get used to the biting point and whatnot of this truck, but I don't want to risk crashing it or anything like that. I get it's my dad's prized possession, so. Other than that, I think this truck is a solid 9. I really, really enjoy driving this. Holy!